Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Community Corner podcast. I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil, and today we're going to be exploring the world of crowdfunding, a popular and versatile way to raise funds.
Crowdfunding has transformed how projects, businesses, and ideas get funded, democratizing the funding process. And so today we're here to delve into how it works and its impact on creators and investors alike.
Absolutely. It is a fascinating blend of finance, community engagement, and innovation. So, Arnav, for those that are unfamiliar, do you want to break down what crowdfunding is?
Yeah, so crowdfunding, right? It's a way of raising capital through the collective efforts of friends, family, customers, and individual investors. And so this approach taps into the collective efforts of a large pool of individuals, which are primarily online via social media and other crowdfunding platforms. And this kind of leverages their networks for greater reach and exposure, just kind of brings a whole new market into play for raising money and just ideas and things like that.
Yeah, I think a great example of crowdfunding is actually a tech startup, raising funds for a new product, let's say. So they might use a platform like Kickstarter to present their project and set a funding goal. Maybe it's 20K, maybe it's 30K, depending on what they're really building, right? How expensive it is. Now, people can pledge money in exchange for rewards like early access to the product or exclusive perks or some sort of bundle deals, etc. Right?
If you guys have ever watched Shark Tank, sometimes when the company's in a very initial early stage, they say that they go on Kickstart. They go on Kickstarter to go raise money, and they say I've raised $1 million or this many thousands of dollars for my company. So people do know that there's guaranteed revenue for that product, and so it's just kind of a very easy, efficient way to raise money in exchange for rewards, perks, sometimes even equity in the company.
Yeah, I think that's quite innovative, right? What kind of drives people to contribute to these campaigns?
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix of wanting to support new ideas, just that the fostering new innovation, but also being a part of something exciting and the allure of rewards, right? Obviously, there's perks involved with that earlier access, sometimes even equity into the actual company, which is a very big financial motive, right? And it's also being a part of a company that shares similar interests.
True.
If I want to support a local business owner and I like the product as well, it's a win-win for me and the business owner, so why would I not? Especially when the product is cool and I have so many rewards. It's just like an overall win-win situation where the best outcome is provided through this initiative.
Right, and I think there are benefits and risks associated with this. I think, on the plus side of this, on the benefactor side of this, it is a great and wonderful way for creators to gauge interest in their project and access funds without traditional loans, right? Maybe they don't have the proper credit score to get these loans, or it's just the loan is too much, or they just don't have access to things like this. This is a great solution to that. Now, there is obviously the risk of not meeting funding goals, and for backers, the risk that the project doesn't materialize as planned. So I know a lot of people might give funding on the basis that hopefully they can maybe repay them in the future, or have a certain share of the company, right? And so if it doesn't pay back in terms of the economic success of it, that might not be that great for that person. And even just the risk of meeting funding goals. I mentioned, if you're setting your funding goal at 20, 30K, you kind of have to ask yourself, is that really feasible, with the current connections and network that you have and the current ways you're marketing?
Exactly, and especially through a creative field, crowdfunding can definitely be utilized that way. Many artists and filmmakers use platforms like Indiegogo or Patreon, and they offer unique rewards like personalized artwork or exclusive content. It's just a great way for creatives to fund their work while building a community. I know a lot of prominent streamers on like Twitch or something, they have a Patreon where people who want to donate and kind of support their favorite streamer can go on Patreon, pay like a monthly fee, and get access to exclusive videos, rewards, extra stickers, things like that. And so it's just kind of like a win-win situation where it kind of provides a platform where people can go and support these people and also bring light to these new initiatives.
Yep, and I think crowdfunding also seems to kind of empower creators, right? So Arnav, how can individuals actually successfully run a crowdfunding campaign, if they wanted to?
Yeah, so it's all about clear communication, right? Setting realistic goals, offering enticing rewards for the consumers, and actively engaging with your backers. So a successful campaign is as much about building a community as it is about funding, because that community aspect, that attacking that ethos, right, element into people, or the pathos the pathos element into people is crucial in order to gain that community aspect, community feel, which will only exponentially drive up revenue growth.
Right. And I think, looking ahead into the future, I think the future as well is also something that's really important to discuss.
100%.
I think that the future for crowdfunding is actually really promising. I think with technological advancements, we might see more integration with social media, wider global reach, and perhaps even the use of cryptocurrencies to facilitate funding. I mentioned that one of the biggest risks or fallbacks with crowdfunding is if you're going to reach your goal or not. And I think with the more integration with social media, you're going to reach a bigger audience, and I think that can potentially help mitigate that risk.
Exactly. Like some notable crowdfunding initiatives for social good include platforms like GoFundMe, which have been instrumental in funding social causes, from medical expenses to community projects. And it just kind of shows the power of crowdfunding in making a tangible difference in people's lives through like a communal impact and kind of coming together as a community as a whole. So platforms like GoFundMe have definitely been a vital impact on that, and it's truly amazing and inspiring to see the social change and like this unity throughout our community as a whole.
Yeah, and I think just to kind of leave our viewers with something to kind of think about and to kind of wrap up our episode here, whether you're a creator or a backer, embrace the potential of crowdfunding. It's definitely a unique way to bring innovative ideas to life and just to be a part of something bigger. And I think with that insight, we want to wrap up this episode. So till next time, listeners, keep exploring new ideas and supporting dreams. Remember, every contribution, big or small, makes a difference with crowdfunding. See you in our next episode for more exciting discussions. And until next time, peace.
Peace.